Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the two stocks in electric vehicle segments. One is NIO and the other is Nikola NKLA. That's the ticker symbol you can search with. So if you want to ride into the electric bandwagon, these are the two stocks that you need to consider. And of course, Tesla is already there and that you should be following up and you know about this. But these two stocks have potentially more growth potential, but they are also risky in terms of proven, especially Nikola and to some extent new as well. But they also have high growth potential, so you must consider them at least and watch it. And that's what I'm going to do to explore these two stocks. So to help you make a decision, I'm not necessarily saying that you will profit from it or not, but at least you are aware of where you are going and the reason behind your purchase of the stock. So first let's start with the valuation, current valuation, and that's why I put this date here, August 9, 2020. That's based upon the current price of $13.40 and $36.72, the closing price on Friday, August 7, 2020. And based upon this, the NIO's valuation is close to $16 billion, and Nikola's valuation is close to $13 billion. So both of these stocks are not very inexpensive. They have a reasonably good amount of valuation into it. So coming back to their current sales, because obviously they are a startup, so we don't consider profitability as a factor in that valuation. So NIO has in the most recent quarter, and we do not have this number out yet, but based upon their number of vehicle sales and correlating it with the past quarters number of vehicle sales and the revenue, we expect that number to be $600 million. And for Nikola, it still is in the R&D stage, so they have no revenue. So NIO has some history of past execution over more than 2 years or so. For example, in the last two continuous quarters, they are not doing well, but they start picking up. We know that from the January to March, their sales were affected because of the coronavirus situation. That started getting better starting from March to April, and then continuously improving from April to May to June, June to July, and so on and so forth. So we know that they have some history of continuous growth. Prior to this, they had some issue with the some kind of government incentive expiring in December, so they had some issues there. But and then at the same time, they had some cash issues during that period, so the stock was way down from its current price and current valuation. But those problems are over, and we know that they are selling their cars and they are doing reasonably well. Nikola, on the other hand, they do not have any past history. They are pumping up a lot of money, and they are doing it in a very prudent way. That's what we see. It's in their most recent quarterly result. They burned like $80 million of cash, which is not great. I mean, they are doing great. It's not a lot of money, and they are still able to do their R&D work whatsoever. So with the Nikola, we have a high potential growth. I mean, we expect the sales to start in the last quarter of 2021, when they will start shipping their product to some of their select customers. So we will have some revenue numbers starting December 2021. So it's going to be over a year wait before you will actually start seeing some data. Now, NIO is a China based, so you can say that you have some kind of less reliability on the data coming, but we do see that they have a lot of investors behind them. Nikola obviously is US based. They have some production companies, facilities coming up in Germany. So we have some kind of transparency and openness over there. In terms of cash, NIO was doing very bad in the previous two quarters. They were struggling, and at some point of time, it looked like they are going to be out of cash. They could go bankrupt, but then they got some money pumped in. They got some investors. They were given some warrants, and based upon that, they raised a decent amount of money, and they have close to like $1 billion of cash. So those investors have their own stakes own stakes, and because of this, we expect that we are investing in the same way as those investors are. So now this problem is over. That's why we have this stock going up to $13 from all the way down to like $3 or so for quite a bit of time. Tesla has also a little less than $1 billion, close to I think $7 or $8 hundred million in cash, plus some amount kind of they have pledged that amount, so less than $1 billion, and they are burning like $80 million a quarter, so they have enough cash uh, to save through at least like 2 years or so. But their expenditure is expected to increase as they set up their more production facility, materials required, their R&D, sales expenses, and so on and so forth. So for now this is okay, but um, around January 2022, they will see what happens. So in terms of competition, Neo faced competition from Tesla Motors and Li Auto in China. Especially Tesla has reduced its Model 3 price to like $35,000, which competes with ES6 model of Neo, which is it has been priced higher at the moment, and so there that's a problem area for Neo to solve, and they are coming up with a better model. Like their ES8 model, on the other hand, is competes with better compared to Tesla X model. They are less expensive than Tesla X, and they are better in terms of features. Li Auto, on the other hand, is another competitor that solves the electric vehicle problem with a smaller battery giving 180 kilometers of range, but they also have a gasoline base. So in case if you run out of the battery, you can switch to gasoline, and that's why they have a different kind of offering, which is not with the Tesla and Neo. So you need to watch out how it's going to compete with that segment. Uh, Neo, Nikola, on the other hand, has a Tesla as its marvelous competitor. They already have 2,000 of their pre-orders in hand with cash deposited. So, Nikola, on the other hand, do not have any kind of, or they do not tell about their pre-orders. So it is going to have a tough competition from the Tesla, and that brings up the question of what is the differentiating factor that Neo will have when it will compete against their competitors. So Neo, for example, try to differentiate itself using battery swap technology. So what is the battery swap? It's basically when you go for a long drive, and we know that all these cars you can use for your drive to your office and come back on a daily basis and charge it. But the problem they face is when you are going on a long drive, you need to stop somewhere to recharge or something. So the way Neo is solving this problem is that they create a number of stations where you can just go and just swap those batteries, the pre-charged battery. That's I think they say that it's free of cost, and then you leave your older battery for recharging and grab the pre-charged battery, and then you can keep going. So that's how they are solving this problem. In addition to providing the models that have a much higher kilometer range, they are expensive, but you can buy those higher expensive vehicles with bigger batteries that go longer with those batteries. So that's their differentiating factor. I mean, Li Auto is also doing it in a different way, solving this problem in a different way, that they provide a dual source of the car of fuel. One is battery and that is gasoline, and that could be a compelling offer. And the problem I see is that the car design and its manufacturing cost goes up if you provide both these options. So the profitability could be affected, and that's where Neo could be better positioned to take advantage of this. Uh, Nikola, the differentiating factor with respect to the Tesla or maybe other potential truck manufacturers is the hydrogen fuel, and that is goes very risky, and that's why I would like to wait and watch it. So the hydrogen fuel, the good thing about this is that it makes a good name. You put the hydrogen cylinder. This takes very small space, they have no emission because hydrogen burns with the oxygen and then produce no emission except the water. So that looks compelling. The problem is that to produce the hydrogen gas itself, you need to have a some kind. It itself takes some electricity or some energy to separate this oxygen from the uh, from from the water, and that may not be a very efficient process. And it's not that these kind of equipment come cheap. They You need to have a very good, like a compressor with very high pressure, and then those technologies are, and then you need to keep this hydrogen refilling center. Right now we do not see, unlike the Tesla that has the charging station all over the US. Hydrogen fuel refuel stations need to be created, and Nikola is planning to do it, to start with the kind of two hubs between two different cities, because most of the trucks, they are like enterprise trucks. They ferry between two fixed stations, for example between Los Angeles and California, or maybe between Arizona and Los Angeles, and then they do it, and they know that there are fixed gas stations or the hydrogen fuel stations that they can hop over and refuel and come back. So we will have to wait and watch for the Nikola, how this hydrogen things play up. But at this moment it looks promising, but it has a few issues that I see. You'll have to wait and watch. One of the issues is that this hydrogen fuel at this point of time is not inexpensive and not as competitive compared to the gasoline or the electric recharging. So those things are there, and it has a competitor with another normal category. It's competing with Tesla in the pure electric thing. So with those things create a kind of a risk factor for Nikola. Neo comparatively is doing better because Neo already has a proven track record. Their vehicles are selling, and then they all they need to do is just play with the numbers. Maybe they need to bring the cost of their ES6 vehicles down, produce more models, which is it's already doing. For example, its EC6 model is going to compete with Tesla Y model in a sports variation, where it's more price competitive compared to the Tesla. So so the overall strategy and my personal strategy of how I am going to uh, do with Nikola is, because there is a lot of time between now and December 2021 when we'll actually start shipping. I will wait and watch, keep it in mind about its price, which is right now $36. Keep seeing how low it can go and see if it does go below certain point, and then things become clear at that point of time. I probably would make an entry at some point of time, but it's also possible I may miss the train. But that should be fine. There are many other stocks that I can keep watching and then keep looking at. Thanks for taking a look. If you want more information about the Neo or Nikola or other cars, just subscribe this channel, and then you can keep getting more information about the stocks analysis about it. Thanks for taking a look.